Three major events: orders revenge, Johnny cancels adoption, Shawn plots a crime to save Bo. Next week, Days of Our Lives will witness three major events that shake the entire town of Salem. EJ reunites with Rita and sets a revenge plan in motion. Johnny abruptly cancels the adoption, causing his relationship with Chanel to collapse. Meanwhile, Shawn, desperate as Bo nears death, decides to commit a crime in a last-ditch effort to save his father. Each storyline pushes the characters into irreversible choices, promising a week of intense turmoil, high stakes, and no room for mistakes. Next week, Update Spoilers on Days of Our Lives promises to explode with some of the most dramatic developments in recent memory. Not just one, but three major storylines will ignite at once, each one packed with intense emotions, thrilling confrontations, and shocking twists that will forever alter the lives of Salem's residents. Let's dive into everything you need to know. A dangerous alliance. EJ and Rita reunite. The week draws to a tense close with a surprising, almost unsettling reunion. EJ and Rita find themselves face to face once more. But this isn't a friendly catch-up over coffee. No, this is a meeting tinged with shadows and secrets. EJ, still reeling from the consequences of his many misdeeds, has a mission for Rita, one that could change everything. EJ has two burning priorities right now. The first involves Rafe's secret surveillance, a hidden camera meant to trap those working in the dark corners of Salem's criminal underworld. EJ, always cunning, managed to steal the memory card before it could be used against him. But now he fears the consequences if it falls into the wrong hands. Is Rita being tasked with ensuring that piece of evidence vanishes forever? Or perhaps the matter is even darker. The bullet that nearly claimed EJ's life has left him seething for vengeance. If EJ has pieced together the truth about who pulled the trigger, then Rita might find herself with blood on her hands before the week is out. Knowing Rita's loyalty, or perhaps her desperation, EJ is counting on her to carry out whatever plan he dares not execute himself. Earlier in the week, tension crackles between EJ and his son, Johnny. Heartbroken over his father's endless descent into treachery, Johnny makes a devastating decision. In an emotional conversation, Johnny confides that he can no longer bear the weight of his family legacy. He no longer wants to be a father, no longer wants to risk passing the pain of the DiMera name down to another generation. It's a moment that will leave viewers reaching for their tissues as a young man gives up on a dream to break the cycle of misery he was born into. Johnny's confession might be the final push that drives EJ further into darkness, setting into motion whatever secret, sinister plot he assigns to Rita. A ray of hope, news about Bo. While some parts of Salem are clouded by betrayal and bitterness, a small but powerful glimmer of hope flickers to life this week. The drama kicks off with Kayla gathering Marlena and Steve for a somber meeting. Both Marlena and Steve brace themselves for the worst, especially given the recent tragedies that have rocked the town. Rumors swirl that the news could involve John, still mourned and missed after his tragic passing. But there's a twist. Just as despair threatens to swallow them, Shawn receives an urgent call from Hope. On the other end of the line is news that shakes Shawn to his core, news about Bo. It's been a long road, fraught with setbacks and shattered dreams, but now there is real movement, real change. Kayla's shocking announcement is about Bo. And for the first time in what feels like forever, it's not more bad news. In fact, it's just the opposite. Whispers from the Days of Our Lives winter preview hint at an emotional moment where Hope waits, trembling with anticipation, for the man she has loved for a lifetime to walk back through the doors of the Horton house. Imagine it, the old creaking of the door, Hope's breath catching in her throat, her heart pounding in her ears. And then Bo, alive, whole, and finally home. It's the kind of scene that defines the heart and soul of Days, and it promises to deliver every ounce of the emotional payoff fans have been yearning for. Still, this is Salem. Happy moments often carry a dark undertone. Is Bo truly well? Will his return to Hope be all that she dreamed of, or is there more heartbreak lurking just around the corner? One thing is certain, whatever news Kayla brings, it will change everything. Teen turmoil. Doug 3's desperate struggle. Finally, attention turns to the younger generation of Salem, and trouble is brewing there, too. On Tuesday, Doug 3 finds himself thrust into a situation that could shape his future in ways he never expected. The young man's troubles begin with a fateful meeting with Julie. Their last encounter left wounds that hadn't yet had time to heal. Doug 3 had confessed to stealing Julie's cherished necklace, an act of betrayal that cut deep into the heart of Salem's beloved matriarch. Now, standing before her again, Doug 3 faces the full force of Julie's disappointment. Will she ever forgive him? Or will he be forever marked as the boy who broke her trust? But Doug 3's problems don't end there. As the week unfolds, it becomes clear that bigger forces are at play. Rumors swirl through the teen scene. Whispers of drug use, dangerous dares, and life-changing mistakes. Has Doug 3 gotten himself tangled in something far worse than a stolen trinket? And if it isn't personal troubles dragging him down, it could be professional ones. Doug 3 has been eyeing a job at the Bistro, one of Salem's trendiest spots. But in a town like Salem, even a simple job interview can become a gauntlet of judgment, gossip, and pressure. Will Doug 3 rise to the occasion and prove he's changed? Or will he crumble under the weight of expectations and lingering mistrust? As the week marches on, the lives of Salem's residents will weave tighter together, binding their fates in ways no one could predict. Old wounds will be reopened. New alliances will be formed, some out of love, others out of desperation. Storm clouds over Salem. Explosive secrets, shocking decisions, and heartbreaking goodbyes on Days of Our Lives. Spring is supposed to be a season of renewal, of hope, and fresh beginnings. But in Salem, spring has arrived carrying a heavy storm, one that threatens to tear apart families, destroy friendships, and forever alter the lives of some of the town's most beloved residents. Days of Our Lives spoilers tease that the winds of change are howling louder than ever as we enter a brand new era. With the highly anticipated episodes from new head writers Paula Quigley and Jean-Marie Ford finally debuting, the future of Salem looks as thrilling and uncertain as ever. And just in time for May sweeps, no less. There could not be a more perfect moment to shake up the status quo. As viewers gear up for some of the most intense episodes of the year, it's clear that every relationship, every alliance, and every carefully buried secret is about to be put to the ultimate test. Here's a closer look at the major storylines poised to dominate the coming weeks, and believe me, you'll want to hold onto your seats. The calm before the storm, a discovery that hints at trouble. The preview video wastes no time setting a tone of mounting tension. The opening scene shows Alex stumbling across an old manuscript titled One Stormy Night, penned by none other than Stephanie. On the surface, it might seem like a harmless find, even a quaint discovery that brings back warm memories of young love and aspirations. But in Salem, nothing is ever that simple. The title alone, One Stormy Night, feels like an omen. A warning that the peaceful days many have enjoyed are about to be washed away in a flood of betrayal, regret, and heartbreaking choices. As Alex flips through the pages, viewers can sense it. Rough waters are on the horizon, and no one will escape untouched. Johnny blows up his life. Adoption drama turns violent. If there was ever a character teetering on the edge of disaster, it's Johnny. The burden he carries over the pending adoption of Sophia and Tate's baby weighs heavily on his soul. Though everyone around him seems to think adoption is the right path, Johnny's heart tells a different story, and the guilt of hiding his doubts is eating him alive. At last, he can no longer keep up the charade. Johnny bravely confesses his true feelings to Chanel, shattering the fragile dream they had built together. Chanel, caught completely off guard, breaks down in tears just as Sophia and Tate arrive to celebrate what was supposed to be the happiest time of their lives. The scene is devastating. Chanel's sobs echo with pure heartbreak. Sophia's confusion turns quickly into anger. And Tate, the usually calm, level-headed young man, reaches his breaking point. In a shocking moment of rage, Tate punches Johnny squarely in the face. The blow lands not just physically, but emotionally, marking the brutal collapse of everything they once hoped for. Feeling like a pariah, Johnny retreats to the Salem Inn, where he is forced to confront the wreckage of his decisions, alone. But even there, solace remains out of reach. Johnny's grandmother, Susan, tracks him down, cornering him with questions about his fractured relationship with EJ. Johnny's answer is chilling. He coldly declares that his father is dead to him. Yet Susan, with her uncanny intuition, senses that something much darker lurks beneath Johnny's words. She accuses him of hiding a terrible secret, and then the screen flashes to a horrifying memory. Johnny, holding a gun, pointing it directly at EJ. The image leaves viewers reeling. Did Johnny really pull the trigger on his own father? Or is this another one of Susan's eerie visions? A glimpse into a twisted future that has not yet come to pass? And more importantly, does EJ himself remember that fateful moment? Desperation and crime, Shawn's risky plan to save Bo elsewhere in Salem, another heart-wrenching crisis unfolds, one that strikes at the very heart of the town's most storied family. After years of struggle and uncertainty, Shawn finally learns the devastating truth. His father, Bo, is dying. The news hits Shawn like a freight train. The ground beneath him seems to crumble as he grapples with the unthinkable. A future without the man who shaped his life. Jada, ever the loyal friend, stands by Shawn's side as he receives the grim news. Her presence is a small comfort, but it cannot ease the agony Shawn feels deep in his bones. And then, in a moment of reckless desperation, a dangerous idea takes hold. Shawn, unwilling to lose his father without a fight, begins to hatch a plan. A crime. Something unthinkable, something that could cost him everything. But if it means saving Bo's life, Shawn is willing to risk it all. The details of Shawn's plot remain shrouded in secrecy for now. But in Salem, history has taught us that desperate acts rarely end well. As Shawn steps onto this dangerous path, he may find that the price of saving his father could be far greater than he ever imagined. A new era dawns. But not without pain as the first full week under the guidance of new head writers unfolds. It's clear that the Salem we know and love is entering a bold new chapter. One filled with more intensity, deeper emotion, and higher stakes than ever before. Relationships will be tested beyond their limits. Secrets long buried will claw their way to the surface. Families will be torn apart. And for some, there may be no coming back. But amid the heartbreak, there will also be moments of hope. Moments of love. Moments where characters rise above the storm, proving that even in the darkest times, the human spirit can shine brightly. Spring may have arrived in Salem, but this is no gentle season of renewal. This is a season of storms, and only the strongest will survive.